Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So today we're continuing with all the Outer Wilds mod playthroughs we've been doing for the Jam 5, Mod Jam 5 Jam. So we've already played through most of them previously on previous streams, including the First Place Winter Helio study. But we've got two left, I think. Core Collapse and Cosmic Curators. Both of them are fairly well regarded as far as I'm aware and known to be a bit long. So that'll be exciting. I think I'm going to try to get through Core Collapse today. It's by the Lowdown 256. Very cool. There are achievements and Ernesto and Gesualdo. Cool. Alright, so we're going to see if we can get through this mod today. We have about 3.5 hours. So I got some of the other jam mods installed just to populate out the system, but we do have Core Collapse added. So let's hop into it. I have to reset the game capture here in a second. Jeez, I'm so tired. I'm always tired. That's nothing new. I woke up early because of the rain today. There was a pretty big storm. I'm already seeing exceptions in the logs. That's concerning. Hopefully it's nothing important. Okay. Game capture. Outer Wilds. There we go. Is that the window peeking out? Is that off center? Huh. The monitor capture is slightly off center, so it is. Oh, that's so weird. 2 pixels. Oh, sorry, 0 pixels is what I want. That's why it's reset there. 0 pixels. There we go. Okay, so Core Collapse. Let's get into it. And it's going to take a minute for everything to load. Yep, still going. There we go. Okay. I think that Nomai shuttle is new. Any new ship logs? No. Cool. Rotea. Notice these guys don't have talking triggers. Hello, traveler. We're currently in a troubling situation. Would you care to hear how we got here? Sure. Here from the Silver Flame system to escape its dying star. Fortunately, our vessel, the Astrophytum, suffered damage upon our arrival. Central warp core malfunctioned, and now the Astrophytum is rapidly miniaturizing into a black hole. Worse still, I couldn't even recover any of our exploration logs from the Silver Flame system, as most of the Astrophytum's computers are stuck telling us to evacuate. If the Astrophytum isn't fixed, we won't be able to recover our exploration logs. And if those logs aren't recovered, the history of the Silver Flame system and the knowledge we gained will be lost. I can help. Appreciate your offer, but I'm worried there may not be enough time to save our exploration logs. Poyo! Hi, Yazu. How's it going? How's Overwatch? You need to figure out what's wrong with the Astrophytum, find a solution, and fix the Astrophytum before before it is sucked into the black hole. Well, yeah, just over 20 minutes to evacuate, so unfortunately I doubt if there's any way to get all that done in what little time we have. Want to try anyways, so we can use a shuttle behind me to warp directly to the Astrophytum. It may be wise to bring your own ship just in case. We have a problem showed up on stream for short and no sound played. Got rolled all 3 games, sorry to hear that. Sounds like Overwatch though. I heard it on my end. That's interesting. But yeah, it didn't come from the streamer bot. Audio capture, what's up with that? Do I need to reset this? Probably because of the version update. What's it called? There we go, StreamerBot 1.0.1. I know, cringe. See if it works now. There we go. Boyo indeed. Okay. So, their vessel has crashed and is falling into a black hole, is what I heard. Astrophytum. Hey Carrick, how's it going? We're doing Core Collapse, which is one of the last 2 big mods we had left from the mod jam. How interesting, so that warps us back here onto their vessel, presumably. That's a clever way to do it. Have the shuttle here, but then it warps, the return warp puts you back on the target vessel. Activate the gravity cannon, call the shuttle home. Yeah, okay, we did that. Oh, fancy. Lots of Nomai texture reuse. And all these Ash Twin Project energy collectors. Oh wait, no. Never mind. I mean, that is the same material, but this is new shape. A funky metal tree drawing in energy. That's cool. "16 minutes, 5 seconds till the Astrophytum is consumed by a black hole. New shape, who dis? Astrophytum is 89% normal size. Evacuate immediately." Oh, is it shrinking? Is that what's happening? They mentioned it was collapsing into a black hole. Okay, so we're inside the interior now. There's a lot of custom ship geometry here. It's cool. Crossroads. Still have the Hearthian jetpack fuel, though. 15 minutes, 25 seconds until the asteroid is consumed by a black hole. 86% normal size. Okay. Are they all just counting down? Central core damage. White hole core destroyed. Black hole core unstable. White hole core replacement required. Okay. So we gotta find a white hole core to replace in the ship so that it doesn't keep shrinking, I guess. Okay, we can get down here. What does that do for us? Is there anything else to see around here? Here's the crossroads. Bedroom. Interior entrance. Library. Well, let's check out the bedroom, I guess. How do we access the tower's controller? Just before turning right into the interior entrance, there's a loose panel straight ahead on the dimly lit wall. Tower's controller right when Interior entrance, loose panel on the wall. Probably a correct way to open it, but I usually just throw something at it. Taking the panel off the wall, you can continue on to the towers. And it's dark though, so make sure to bring a flashlight. 14 minutes, 26 seconds, 80% normal size. The problem with the warp stabilizer. Requires 50 NEU to activate, but only 20 NEU is being generated. I understand. All the photovoltaic trees are at their maximum size and healthy. Aren't Deutzia's notes on the warp stabilizer lost somewhere on Hidden Light? We should look there. No time to look on Hidden Light. We have less than 2 days until the star dies. We need to warp as soon as possible. Okay, there's notes on the warp stabilizer, and it not having enough power. This is the warp stabilizer. It's not working. Insufficient power. Yeah, okay. Oh. It's been crushed. I think the ship has fallen into the black hole. Cool. Very crunchy. So we have a limited amount of time to explore before the core collapses into a black hole. Yeah. Normally that happens from the sand expanding in Ember Twin. An amazing job on that sound, you still hate it. Yep. It is intended to be maximally unpleasant. Alright, it sounds like there may be situations where we need our own ship, but for now we're just exploring the basics. And surface level areas. Campsite, 150 meters to the South Pole. Guess we can check out more on the outer surface. There is indeed a campsite down here. Okay, normal, 96% normal size. Oh, I need There's a bug with the translator that sometimes it doesn't reset to other devices. There we go. This is the Astrophytum. It'll be your vessel. It is an old type of vessel from before advanced technology such as warping had been discovered. I, however, have upgraded it with modern nomite technology, including a warp core and a gravity cannon. I've also left notes for you regarding the operation of the Astrophytum. You should read them carefully. Once you have done so, this will officially be your vessel to explore the universe with. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to explore the universe. So this was a vessel for some people to explore with. I guess they created a new clan or something, and that's why they are getting a new vessel. Is there anything on the North Pole? There's a big window, but I can't see through it. Okay, we're back at gravity cannon on the surface. Is there anything on the equator? That's the other place where they usually hide stuff. So there's all the solar panel trees, I guess is what they are. On the equator. There's a structure there. On both poles, actually. Well, not poles, but the opposite sides. At least half the trees aren't getting sun right now, yep. That's how that works. I'm gonna keep falling off the planet, the gravity's a bit low, which makes sense. Oh, hit the surface a little too hard, but cool. We've explored the outer shell at least. Didn't look like there was anything interactable on those other two structures, but there's probably a way in from the inside. Actually not a collision, or is it just a weird angle making you think your scout is going through it? Yeah, I think it's just the weird angles. But it's very possible the collision is not quite right. And is often a problem with big custom models. Alright, let's go back to explore the interior. At least we know these other Nomai aren't dying in the vessel collapsing. And it's just me. They've safely evacuated already. Okay, we already know these computers just tell us current size and time until the end of the loop. Ah, there's the broken panel they mentioned, probably. You just blank with a scout and it disappears. Very cool. Okay, so what is this? How to access the central core. Must first use this interface to open the equatorial towers. Nomai must then go to the equatorial towers and activate both towers in 15 seconds. This cannot be done alone, as the astrophytum is too large to get to the other tower in time. Once that is done, the central core can be entered from the astrophytum's north pole. Okay, so we saw those equatorial towers, I think, on the surface. And we have to activate both towers in 15 seconds. Which will be easier when the whole vessel shrinks smaller so that it's easier to get to both sides fast. Okay. So that activates that. Still don't know what's in the central core. Other than that's probably where we need to replace the white hole. Which we don't have yet. That's probably the central core right there. Is there anything else in here? Central core is on the North Pole, yeah. There's a building here. Let me just rock it up here. Oh, is this what I already explored? Yeah, the warp stabilizer, which doesn't have enough power. And on this side, is this the library? Preparation for the Silver Flame system's death. Everything we've written on the surrounding planets will move to this computer. I'm unsure if this computer is the best place to store our exploration logs. Should there be an error with the astrophytum, the computer wouldn't allow us to access our logs until repairs are complete. This is our best option. You only have 5 days to leave this system, and it would take too long to physically move anything written on walls to the astrophytum. Thanks to the hydrate. Okay. Yep. 87% normal size. And what was the other destination here? The interior entrance. Astrophytum actually means something, or is it a made-up word? I don't know if it's a real word in the sense that it's used by other people, but it's just Latin for like star plants or something like that. I forget exactly what phytum means, but it's plant related. Okay, this was, yeah, the core. What's on the other side? Oh, there's a little side path here. There is a warp receiver pad. Why is there an empty warp transmitter here? Transmitter? This looks like a receiver, but okay. Short transmitter used to lead to Hidden Light, the invisible star orbiting the astrophytum. Hidden Light orbits along the purple energy ring around the astrophytum. More core from this transmitter was repurposed to power the astrophytum's central core. So this did go to... Oh, I see. Okay. You still black hole core on another mod? Quite possibly, but that would probably not be the intended solution. So I think there's a little moon, possibly that little circular carve out there, orbiting, and that has... So this is the warp transmitter. So this had a black hole core, and the black hole core is moved into the central core. Okay, which means the white hole core that pad would warp to is probably on that hidden planet. That makes sense. Okay, so this is just another section of here and nothing on it. The other side of the central core. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Crossroads on the South Pole, central core on the North Pole. So I think I know what we gotta do. So we gotta go activate the equatorial towers. And then we need to get the white hole core from the invisible planet. Bring it here. Seems simple enough. Alright, and this is why having your own ship would be important. Also, that fell over. It probably doesn't like that the planet's shrinking. Yeah, generally items in this game just work off of like the type of item they are to know if like it's a valid slot or not. So unless the mod specifically is hard-coded that one white hole core to work, it is entirely possible that other white hole cores from other mods would work too. East Tower. Okay, that's activated. Only have 15 seconds. Oh. And I overshot. I don't think I'm making it in 15 seconds. This gets easier the smaller the planet is. Hello? Interface orb colors. Blue, the tower is deactivated. Orange, only this tower is activated. Green, both towers are activated. Yeah, that tracks. Okay. You keep thrusting downward to avoid overshooting too dramatically. RGB activation balls, exactly. Okay, I still wasn't fast enough. So I think we gotta wait until the planet shrinks down a lot more. Or the ship does. We're out of fuel, so we're gonna die out here probably. But I think I understand the process. Nope. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Alright, the trees. They still give oxygen. Trees so much you can't go back inside to do the things. Yeah, so I think we'd have to go activate the towers. Oh, that's true, actually. I guess, how do we get to the core if the tunnels are too small? That's a good point. I'll have to figure that one out. And we're certainly going to die with the oxygen here. Oh wow, that was a very late save. I thought for sure I was dead there. I do like how there is quite a while before you actually suffocate. Couple of seconds. Yeah, let's see. Can I still get inside? Okay, that computer looks very tiny now. Yeah, this tunnel's still big enough. I may not be able to fit through there later in the loop. Everything's so small. And we're at 50% normal size. 9 minutes remaining. So we still got a little bit of room here too. It's kind of fun. You gotta wait for the entire thing to shrink. Okay. There we go. Nope. I need to stay way closer to the ground here. Hitting the trees, ideally. There we go, okay. So whatever size we're at it is possible at this size. I just gotta find the entrance again. Decelerate, decelerate. There we go. Okay, it's getting really small now. I can still fit in this tunnel, but it's getting tight. So currently we're at size 38%. Okay, activate the towers. What do I have to do to release the core? Seems pretty open. Not open. Does not seem open. Yeah, central core damaged. I see that. Activated the towers. What's up here? There's a white warp core up here. Metal core at 67% normal size. And it's probably too small. Or whatever they're trying to do. What's with all that noise? It's a library. Hey, Milk Cookie, how's it going? I gotta check the tops of the buildings. That's the warp stabilizer. The core axis is inside? I am not, actually. That's a good question. May not be. Oh, yep. A little bit too small for that. So gross. Crunch again. If it's on the surface, that certainly makes things easier. I did go through the ramp, yep. Let me check again then. It's on the North Pole. That was the big glass dome, so maybe that glass dome opens up. Going good. Before Sarah went to work, we went to a card show. Oh, that sounds fun. How was that? Now let's take our own ship this time. Not that one. Where is the solar system we're looking for? Is that it over there? That is. So dark. I know there are a bunch of bugs related to suns messing with the systems that they're not supposed to mess with. Because everyone obviously designed all these mini solar systems separately. Now that there's a bunch of different suns added to it, it gets wonky. Okay. Invisible planet. Is this it? No. That is a conspicuous gap in the ring texture, but it is not, in fact, what we're looking for. That is probably it, though. Ouch. Okay. Massive damage, very cool. I broke the artificial gravity. There we go. The gravity here is really low. We're falling off. Hidden Lights Cloaking Field is finished. My work on the star is almost done. Sold 5 Pokemon cards, one with $332, and got a Puppy Trainer card. Nice! That's pretty cool. Individual stars can now be viewed even during the day. All that's left is to make sure that Hidden Light can detect the Astrophytum. Yes, it works. Hidden Light is expanding. It will not shrink again for as long as it detects the Astrophytum. Hidden Light is expanding and will not shrink while the Astrophytum is still around. So surely be enough solar energy to power the Astrophytum. So they built a little Dyson container around the sun. And when it gets consumed by the... Probably when the ship gets destroyed by the black hole, it shrinks again. So I assume that's why we have the campfire here, to wait for those 20 minutes or whatever. Whoa. Is the ring some kind of movement? Or is it just that it has drag, so it immediately pulled me off? That's probably it. That's awkward. It's good to know the equator's not safe. Wonderful, eventually rotate back to it. So it usually works on the weekends at different times. We'll be back at 9 PM. Gotcha, gotcha. And there it's coming. Probably gonna slam it out and die though, at this speed. You can see the ship there. Yep, there it goes. Come on. Let me on. Okay. I don't think it's safe to walk along the surface, so we're not going to do that anymore. 14 minutes, 25 seconds. So if we wait 14 minutes, what happens? Not that we have to actually wait 14 minutes, but fast forward for 14 minutes. And get time to take a water break. Ugh. I feel like we're figuring this one out pretty quickly. It does seem to was made by one person, so it makes sense. It was pretty good for one person. Over 2 weeks. Nine minutes. 10 minutes. 10.5. 11. How's my mom doing? My mom's doing great, actually. Thanks for asking. Yeah. She's almost fully recovered at this point. Doctors have let her be out and about and active again. Yeah. So, as well as could reasonably expected, given the situation. He's definitely, receded some. Much work. I finally finished installing all the necessary photovoltaic trees on the Astrophytum. Trees are engineered to convert sunlight to energy usable by most known mine technology. All the photovoltaic trees installed in the Astrophytum are currently producing over 50 mine energy units. The strange thing I've noticed is that the trees actually produce the greatest amount of energy at only 20% maximum size. If photovoltaic trees were to grow to their full size, they would only be able to generate around 20. For this reason, it is important that the photovoltaic trees are limited to only 20% of their full size potential. Okay, so when the ship is shrunk down to 20%, the trees work better. Warp stabilizer troubleshooting. It's likely the reason for the warp stabilizer not activated is due to insufficient power. The stabilizer can be primed by attempting to activate it 4 times. While primed, the warp stabilizer will activate immediately once power is restored. And the warp stabilizer will not be able to fix the Astrophytum on its own in the event of warp-induced damage. For this reason, it is extremely important to always activate the warp stabilizer before warping. Though if something does go wrong, the warp stabilizer will give you some more time to fix the problem. Okay, so the warp stabilizer can prevent it from shrinking temporarily. And we can activate the warp stabilizer by triggering it 4 times. And then when the trees hit 20% energy, that'll work. Okay. So that lets us prolong the end of the loop a little bit longer. Oh, we're going flying off. I think that was all there was to learn here. This one's not shrinking. That's nice. Oh, this is different. Astrophytum not found. Okay, so it's gone. Gotta leave the cloaking field. Oh, it's gone. Okay. I see. Even the rings are gone. I guess that's the end of that loop then. There's nothing to explore here. Okay, so there was no white warp core on the sun. And the hidden light or whatever. As far as I could see, but there is that one on top of that building. On the interior. So we can go and it's going alright. Had a good stream of Sonic yesterday. I had a social event. Potluck with some acquaintances in the evening. That was nice. And today has pretty much just been waking up, lunch, get ready for stream. Now we're here. so I think what we do is we need to come in here. We need to go grab that white hole core. On top of the building somewhere near. I already forgot which one. I think it's this one. No, it's the other one. Yeah, the one next to the warp pad. Oof. Grab that. 189% normal size. Do we actually have to sit here and wait for it to reach 100% size? Possibly. I guess we'll see. Okay, so I grabbed that, and now I need to go activate the event. Was it? It was just a little get-together potluck. I have a friend who invites pretty much everyone he knows to come like play board games and just kind of hang out, drink alcohol and stuff. And it's always a potluck affair. 1, 2, 3, 4. Warp stabilizer primed will activate once power is restored. Cool. Your scout on, does it tell you the size? Probably not. No. Oh, but does it stay on screen though? It does, okay. Good to know. So I could theoretically just leave it here. I'm pretty sure we have to wait for it to hit 100%, but I will check for a little bit. Yeah. We need to go activate the tower controls. My potlucks your old church used to do after service. Love the variety of food. Yeah. 84%. Hopefully it doesn't have to be exactly 100%, that'd be awkward. Okay, let's head back up here. Leave it on the ground there for now. And get through here while I can still squeeze in. Okay. That work? I think so. I didn't hear a ding, but... Ah, dang it. Too slow. Okay. Tower controls first then, because we gotta wait for the warp core to be at 100% size. Although we can take it outside, where it won't get trapped inside the tunnels. You can leave it on the surface. Yeah, tower controls first. Especially now that I know that we don't need the warp core right away because it has to shrink probably. I don't think we have to go to the planet again. Or the hidden sun. Alright, so let's do tower control first. Scout is not happy about that. Okay. Activate that. And we And go activate the warp stabilizer. Flashlight is on. Or, well, okay, it wasn't on just now, but flashlight didn't show very far. So it wasn't helping much. This one? No, other side. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's decent as an Outer Wilds kind of puzzle mechanic. Like, no one would ever try to do that 4 times in a row. So it's safe to make that the activation mechanism, and no one would ever accidentally find that, most likely. Okay, and then, where's the warp pad at? There it is. %72% normal size, so we got a while. Alright, let's know card and shine that bright. Usually have to turn on the brights to see at night. Yeah, I have the same issue on my car, actually. We've been dealing with that. So for whatever reason, the regular lights just aren't that bright. Even though they're the same bulbs as the brights, just a different setting. Okay, we're successfully out of the building. Let's leave this here for now. Come back to it later. So the planet probably has to be about 50% size. To be able to do the towers. We got a while for there. Do have a Honda, actually, yeah. 2011 Honda Accord. I'm gonna forget what this is. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll leave it there. 165%. Shuttle is home. Just falling over. 75%. So I got a while. 2011 Civic, blue color. Nice. Yeah, so not the exact same model as mine, but same era. So maybe that was a problem with just all the Honda light assemblies. Who knows? They just get dimmer over time. That goes the Know My Pots. You know what? I wonder if I wonder if this is a reference. It's a pot with a tree in it is one of the was the example prop for people making these jam mods. So I wonder if they had the idea from that. 70%. And the emergency warp stabilizer kicks in at 20%. I feel like if I go wait at a campfire, I'm gonna lose track of the time. I knocked it over. 67% normal size, so we're at 2/3 normal size. Need to be at least 50%. I should check where the warp core is at. And 37%. %. Yeah, where's a campfire? I know there's one inside, but I feel like I'm gonna get crushed if I wait too long there. There's one at the North Pole, maybe? Diet and exercise, I'll admit it, not great past week or so, but such is life. I have been going swimming at least once a week. I'm trying to aim for twice a week. So that's been nice. That's a good exercise. It's not too hard on the joints, which is my problem before. And there's this campfire at the North Pole. Or South Pole, rather. And 28% normal size. Okay. Probably go do the towers now. Or try to. Go so high up so quickly. Yeah, no. Even downward thrusting the whole way, that didn't work. There's so much time trying to get back down. Okay, there we go. I kind of have to slam into something to slow down there. It's the only way it happens in time. Okay, how's the core size? 115%. Hopefully that's close. Yeah, that looks popped open. I would do it. If I die here, that would be unfortunate. Or core does not fit. Core is too big. Yeah, okay. That tracks. Is there a place I can set it down? No, not in here. Okay. You need sometimes like, yeah. Yeah, swimming's really nice for that, because you're not directly, like, stomping your feet or bending your arms weird. Are there some leniency on the size, or if you need exactly 100%? I assume there's some margin. That would be kind of crazy otherwise. But I don't know what that margin would be. Something pretty small. See how close we can get. I think it only shrinks while it's placed down, so it's the more we're picking up and holding it, the more time we're wasting on that. Okay. 102%. 101%. 100%. Hopefully that's close enough. Warp core is too big. Still? Okay. I don't think we have much time left. Maybe it just has to be less than 100%. Nope, still too big. The shuttle does not fit inside that cannon anymore. That's funny. In Star, you've been doing 3.1 miles on the elliptical machine at the gym. Most times he finishes before you and does way more. Makes sense. That's a pretty good number, 3 miles. That's about what I was aiming for when I was doing treadmills. If you went inside the shuttle, I would assume probably immediately get crushed by the physics engine spamming. There he goes. Speaking of. Physics engine is not happy. Okay, am I just screwed because I carried the warp core around too much? Is that the problem? And we can see how small it can get. I think the opening is shrinking at the same speed, yeah. So if the socket is shrinking at the same speed as the main core, then I think either it's got to be the right size from the start, or there's nothing we can do. And just picking up and carrying it around makes it grow bigger because it's not on the ship as it shrinks. Ship like updated. Did the warp bubble just trigger? Is that what just happened? Things are behaving weird now. Oh, does this allow the warp core to continue shrinking while the rest of the ship does not? Oh, this has gotten bigger, I feel like. There we go. Okay, now what? I kind of expected that to be the end. Oh, is the other warp core missing? No, that's what that is right there, yeah. Black hole core is installed. Now what? Is the ship no longer collapsing? Did we do it? When towards the 5K, you've been working for most summer, your coworker noticed you lost weight. Nice! That's exciting. And 5K is a pretty cool thing to build up to. Guess we can go check one of the ship computers again. You don't have any way of getting back to the main space station to talk to the people again. So hopefully that's not required in any way. Yeah, it looks like the ship's back to its original size. I think the, when that warp field activated at 20%, it caused everything to go back to normal size. Is there a computer around here? No. I feel like I've done it, but if so, that's a weird, a very abrupt ending. Yeah, the ship computer's disabled now. So it's no longer saying the things are gonna fail. Oh yeah, but they wanted me to look at the research notes in the library. That's right, I forgot about that. And they couldn't do that because the ship was in lockdown. Hopefully I still have enough time in the loop for that. That I don't crush myself to death here by crashing into something. Library. Oh yeah. And just warped to the Silver Flame system. The Astrophytum is currently orbiting a gas giant we have named Golden Titan. Let's landed our shuttle on Golden Titan's moon, Bronze Observer. This moon seems to be the ideal location for studying this system. From our site on Bronze Observer, we have discovered a massive ocean under Golden Titan's clouds, featuring multiple islands that seem to drift with the ocean's current. I wonder if more planets like this exist. First landing on Golden Titan was a success. This island seems to have the same composition as Bronze Observer. Hypothesis: Bronze Observer was originally much larger. Pieces of it broke off some time ago and landed on Golden Titan. We received many reports of stars across the universe all going supernova. Using our instruments from Bronze Observer, we have learned Silver Flame Star will die in just 8 days. The plan needs to leave here as soon as possible. Okay, cool. So we did learn their exploration notes that they were worried about. Or stabilizer active. Cool. Anything else? And if you turn it off, we probably all die, I would guess. And I don't want to redo all that again if I don't have to. If we're already done. Our pad is still disabled, as expected. Our reading's good now? Yeah, okay. I feel like we're done. Well, then the game's given me any other objectives to do. What building is this on top of? Bedroom. That makes sense. I need to talk to the Noi back at the start. Yeah. But I need to bring my ship to be able to do that because the shuttle is definitely not getting anywhere, so getting anywhere at this point. I would have had to brought my own ship here to be able to do that. I'm gonna have to do the whole thing again. The ship loads now, maybe you don't, hopefully. That would be unfortunate if I did. Okay, can I recall the shuttle? I can. Fun. Evacuate! That sounds exploding. Doesn't look like the cloaked sun exploded. That's good. It's the base boosted Nova? Yeah. Like 4 suns all exploding at once. Do I like ice cream? I do. I haven't been able to have much lately, unfortunately. I developed a bit of a lactose intolerance. And pumpkin cheesecake sounds amazing. I do love pumpkin flavored sweets like that. Strawberry cheesecake is also amazing. Not a big fan of coconut, but that's just a personal thing. When I was younger, I had a lot of stuff with coconut flakes in it, and I just really hated the texture of it. So that's kind of extended to disliking coconut overall. I didn't consider what to do if we have to end stream early. Or rather, if we finish the jam mod super early. They're saying this one took a while. It does not, as far as I can tell. Where to explore on Hidden Light? Orbiting the astrophyte and the artificial ring-like structure around it. As Hidden Light grows in size upon detecting the astrophytum, it would shrink again if the astrophytum could no longer be detected. Saw Hidden Light miniaturized that the astrophytum was fully consumed by the black hole. I did. I read the text on there, I thought. Rodea Herclan was forced to evacuate their vessel. I mean, I'll talk to them again. I'm not sure what I missed, but probably nothing important. I feel like I did everything else. Hello, Traveler. Can I ask you something? I recovered your exploration logs. Wow, thank you so much. History of the Silver Flame system is saved. Fortunately, your vessel won't stay fixed for long. Despite how much the astrophytum means to me, I think I can accept this. You did everything else you found there in your own ship log, right? That means the history of the astrophytum is also preserved. I've seen at least one other Nomai around here, so I'm sure we can find someone willing to share their vessel with us. Take time to explore the other miniature systems in this area. Now that our exploration logs are no longer in immediate danger, I recommend you explore them too. Thank you so much for helping us. Resume exploring right away, or do you want to rest here for a bit? I'll rest here for a bit. Roll credits. Core collapse. Alright. So that was the end of the mod. Nice. Like this too, so you only eat a little bit, it doesn't bother you. Pumpkin cheesecake was seasoned really well. The coconut one was made with coconut milk and no flakes. Nice. That makes sense. Cool, well that only took us an hour. I was expecting a 3-hour stream. I don't think we have time to... We collapsed the core, we did. Technically, we prevented the core from collapsing for a few minutes before it would eventually collapse again anyway. We only have one jam mod left, which is Cosmic Curators, which is supposed to be a really big, really long one. So I don't know if I have time to do all of it in the next 2 hours. So we might just switch games, I think. I don't know if we have time to run through all of that one today. Which is unfortunate. Yeah. But cool. Sonic Tower climbing time? Yeah, I think it might be Sonic Tower climbing time. Okay. Cool. So that's almost all the jam mods done, though. We just have third place winner, Cosmic Curators left. Just jam next time stream the game at least, yeah, for sure. So probably next Sunday I'll be able to wrap it up. That was cool. Okay. So I'm going to stop the YouTube stream for a minute, let it end, and then start up a new stream. So if anyone is watching from YouTube, bear with me. I didn't see any YouTube messages, but you never know. If it's Sunday, then why is it night? Good question. Well, it's still sunny here, so maybe it's just a skill issue on your part. Totally.